Good morning, friends of class 10th. Today we are starting with a new chapter, that is light. What we are going to study in this chapter? We are going to study a little bit about the nature of light and a few phenomena that are associated with light, such as reflection, refraction, spectrum, colored spectrum that we see in the rainbow, total internal reflection, and there are many other phenomena. Some of the phenomena will be studied in this chapter. Okay. Coming to the first thing, what is the nature of light? What scientifically light is? So, in very easy words, we can say that light is a form of energy that causes the sensation of vision. Or we can say that light is the form of energy that enables us to see. But this is a very vague kind of definition. What exactly light is? So, light is a form of electromagnetic waves. Now, what are these electromagnetic waves? Obviously, for the name suggests that they have the electrical part inside them. They also have some magnetic part inside them. And a wave that is composed of this electric and magnetic parts is an electromagnetic wave. Okay. But let me tell you that light is not the only electromagnetic wave. There are other electromagnetic waves also, such as microwaves, which are used in microwave ovens. It is also used in mobile communication. Infrared waves that are used in the treatment of muscular pain or anything else. Gamma rays, these are radiations, the harmful radiations that are emerging from inside the nuclei, and radio waves, which are used in radio communication. So these are various types, other types of electromagnetic waves apart from light. There are many types of electromagnetic waves, and light is one out of them. Okay. Now, since human beings have started to study what light is, there have been controversies. The first person to tell us anything about light was this fellow, very well known, Sir Isaac Newton. And Isaac Newton, he told us that light are actually not waves, but light are actually particles. Light are actually particles. Then came yet another fellow by the name of Eugene, and he said that light is a form of wave, it is not a particle. Then came another fellow who gave this equation. You know this equation, E is equals to mc square. Who gave this equation? Now, it was Albert Einstein who gave this equation, and he again advocated that light is made up of particles. Then came another fellow, Indian fellow, C.V. Raman. He again showed that light is actually a kind of wave. Again, one more fellow, Compton, came. He again showed that light is made up of particles. So there have been lots and lots of controversies. Now, what we believe, now how will we answer this question whether the light is a wave or it's a particle? It's the what to say, um, a kind of agreement that now we are going to take light as wave, plus we also take it as particle. It's a wave and it is also a particle, but at one time it is going to either behave like a wave or it is going to behave like a particle. We have studied the similar thing in a disease called schizophrenia. So is light schizophrenic? Yes, yes, definitely light is schizophrenic. It has got two different natures. Now, before we move further, we have to understand, we have to know these two things about light, that are object and image. Okay. The First is object, the second is image. So what is an object? An object is basically a point from which the rays of light emerge outwards. And what is image? Image is a point where the rays of light meet. So if this is a point and the rays of light are going out like this, then this will be known as the object. And if this is a point uh, at which the rays of light are actually meeting after suffering reflection or reflection, then this point will be known as image. So if it is outgoing, it is object. If it is incoming, it is image. Okay. Now objects can be categorized in two different parts. What are these two parts? There can be luminous objects and there can be non-luminous objects. What are luminous objects? Objects that are having their own light. They are luminous objects. We can see them by their own light. And there are non-luminous objects which do not have their own light, but still we can see them because they use light from the other sources. Very simple examples of luminous and non-luminous sources we can give. These are the examples of luminous objects. See, sun, stars, the flame of a candle, they are all what? They are having their own light. So we categorize them as luminous. And objects such as moon, earth, even including you and me, we don't have our own light. So we will be categorizing all these as non-luminous objects. Coming to image. Now again, image can be of two different types. This time it is not luminous and non-luminous because an image cannot have its own light. So image is always what? If I asked you to categorize image as luminous or non-luminous, the answer would be non-luminous, because an image cannot generate light of its own. Okay, so the two different categories of image are the first one is real image and the second one is virtual image. Today in this word we encounter this word very many times. Virtual. What is virtual? Something which is not real is virtual. Now it's time to understand what is the difference between real and virtual. Exactly the difference between real image and virtual image. Okay. Now what is a real image? A real image is the one which is formed by the actual meeting of rays. If the rays are coming, they are exactly meeting at a point, then this point will be known as real image. Okay, in that case, what is virtual image? See, sometimes it happens that the rays of light, they do not meet at a point. Even if you extend them up to infinity, they are never going to meet. What are these rays called? These are called divergent rays. Okay, light always travels in a straight line, so we are going to make always the light in form of rays. So these are what type of rays? The above one, these are convergent rays. These are convergent rays. They will definitely meet at some point. What are these? These are divergent rays, and no matter how lengthy you make them, they're never going to meet at a point. Okay, so what we do in this case, we extend these rays backwards, and then they will meet at a certain point. Okay, so when we extend the rays backwards and they are meeting at a point, then this point will known as virtual image. Okay, now how can I differentiate practically between a real image and a virtual image? See, if the image is real, you will be able to capture it in your camera, or you will be able to obtain the image on the screen, then it is real. And if you are not able to do these two things, you are not able to take the photograph, you are not able to capture the image on a screen, then the image is virtual One more difference between real and virtual images is that if you see at a virtual image, it will always appear to be erect. Okay, that means if the object is standing uh, erect like this, then its image will also be erect like this. This is the object, the green pen. If I take it the object, it is standing straight. This is the image, the blue pen. This is also straight. This is what? This is virtual image. Okay. And now if this is the object, and if you see the image and the image appears inverted like this, that means legs up, head down. Okay. So if the image appears to you like this is the head, but in the image the head comes down. This kind of image, mind well, it is known as the real image. Okay, so this is how one more trick you can uh, differentiate between real and virtual image. A virtual image is always erect and a real image is always inverted. Now try to remember when last you have seen yourself in a mirror. You see your head upwards or downwards? You see it upwards, no? Huh. So what kind of image do you see in the mirror? It is virtual image. Got it? So this is all about the nature of light and the controversy of light and objects and images, and a few more things I would like to tell you. See, in this chapter, class 10th, we always deal, we will not consider light as a particle, but we will be always considering it as a wave, and that wave always travels in a straight line. This is a ray, a concept taken from mathematics. It has a starting point, but basically it has no ending point. So this is what? This is a ray of light. Okay, and when many rays of light are grouped together in a bundle, okay, suppose if you are seeing a very distant star in the sky, so the light coming from that star, okay, there are very few rays of light because it appears to be point size, no? So only one or two rays are coming, so those will be called the rays of light. But if you are looking at a nearby object, say sun, so how many rays of light do you think are coming from sun? There are lot many rays of light that are emerging from sun going into your eye. Okay, so what is this group of rays called? It is called a beam of light. See, ray and beam are the same concepts. It is just like that ray is singular form and beam is a plural form.